We have left Double Island Point. We picked the anchor up at about 3 AM, I think it was. And it's now 6:20. Going for a little while. We've managed to cover 13 miles. Bugger all wind. It's actually, well, we've got 5 knots of wind in front of us, but I think that's because that's the wind we're producing. We're going forward. And here we've got the motor on. We knew this was going to happen. The wind is forecast to come in this afternoon. Hopefully we can slow down or even stop the motor. We got a bit of a swell coming in from the east, which is making it a very sloppy ride. At this stage, we're coming in Bribie Island at about 7:30 tonight. Really don't want to get in at night time. Might change plan B. Let's see what plan B is at the moment.
We left it about an hour before these guys, and we've managed to stay in front of them for about 3 hours.
Yeah. They always manage to get a bit more sleep than we do.
Yeah. And they're going to get a lot more sleep tonight as well, because they're going to get in at a sensible time.
Oh my god. Hello, mate! Woohoo! So we arrived about 10 minutes later. 10 minutes later. We arrived about 10 minutes earlier, just before dark. We are sitting in
Bribie Island.
Bribie Island, just next to Deception Bay. And we've had a very eventful day. We had 67 miles, I think it was. Could have been more than that by the end of the day. And we left at 3:30 this morning, so it's been a big day. I've got a headache. Wind started coming in really strong, and the waves picked up really strongly too. We didn't break anything today, which is good, but we had to get a few sails done in a really big hurry. Anyway, we are anchored in 9 meters of water, and we've got about 42 meters of chain out, so we're hoping for a good night. No dragging tonight, fingers crossed. Looks like there's a storm looming as well. Hopefully not. What are we doing here?
We're trying to pack everything, all the shopping into the dinghy as quickly as we can, because we've got some cold stuff here. It's going to go horribly, horribly wrong, like chocolate. If we don't pack it and get it into the fridge quickly. This trolley was absolutely full a second ago.
boat's a bit of a mess at the moment.
It is. I'm taking all the packaging and I'm throwing it away. Unfortunately, sometimes the packaging has instructions on it, and so then you just transfer it onto the small bag.
No use throwing the box out if you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, and Google helps sometimes, but not always.
Most of the food's already been put away.
Yeah, I'm working my way up through it.
We're just leaving, where are we leaving?
Bribie Island.
Bribie Island, and we're going to Horseshoe Bay and Peel Island, and we're running through a minefield here. There's crab pots everywhere. So, note to self, we don't want to be doing this at night unless one of us is standing on the bow with the spotlight. They're literally everywhere. We're in 4.3 meters of water here, so I don't know, maybe they're allowed to put crab pots wherever they want, but it doesn't make it easy for us.
Particularly when they're white crab pots, like white float. The yellow ones, the blue ones are all easy to see, but the white ones kind of disappear into the surf pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We've only got about 10-15 knots of wind, so there's no white cats out there. But with a little bit more wind, it would be very challenging.
I think the problem with these crab pots is that people don't allow enough rope on the float, between the float and the crab pot, and then when the tide comes up, float lifts up the crab pot and she's just taken off. And that's why a lot of them are ending up in the middle of the channel, I reckon.
I think a lot of people are putting them there too, because the male crabs tend to like mixed water, we're told. So it makes sense from a crabbing point of view to put them in the channel.
You're not allowed to keep the females. Females are better than males. Aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're more tasty as well, so that's why you're not allowed to eat them.
That's not true, and we don't know that for a fact.
Well, today has not turned out anything like what the weather predicted it to be. We're supposed to have 20 knots of wind and 2-meter seas. I wouldn't say it's glassed out, but it's not far from it. And we are receiving 2 knots of wind from 360 degrees. Every single direction you can think of. Yeah. Thinking about just putting the sail down actually. It's fogging around. So the wind came in today a few hours late. We are now hanging along up to 7 knots, but roughly 6.5 mostly. And we've got 16 knots of apparent wind. The sea state's not too bad, so we're actually doing okay. Having a really good sail in fact.
Going at 6 knots. So that is 20 knots behind us.
No, not quite, but yeah, because we're not quite dead downwind. We're making some good progress here. We're absolutely fanging it. We're just rounding the corner of Peel Island. We're about to get into, well, we're heading off to Horseshoe Bay. About 8 knots. We've got about 20 knots of wind off our port after quarter. We're actually creating a wake behind us. One reef in the main. I'm kind of glad there is one actually. We are at half speed now. This is an example of a perfect day sailing. Just the right amount of wind to get the boat up to her maximum hull speed. Not too much and not too little. And then arriving at a perfectly calm anchorage. The only thing we might have changed if we could have was to bring the wind in a little earlier so we didn't have to use the engine at all. We've woken up at Horseshoe Bay, Bribie Island, North Bay I guess. And very pleasant stay last night, hardly any wind or swell, so that was alright. Wind did switch around to the west, and we are currently getting westerly winds. Moreton Bay is known for not having a lot of westerly friendly anchorages. But this is one, and there's good protection here. But it's no good for southeasterlies. The southeast is in that direction there. There is no protection. So a lot of boats have cleared off today. I'm guessing, hopefully they've gone back to their marinas. Yeah, we're going to try around the back side of Bribie Island today, or the northern end. See if we can get some space in there, or we're going to try Bribie Bay. That's been recommended to us as another good hiding spot, southeasterlies. We'll be back here again. It's a nice place. The sea lice are on their way here, bouncing through the waves. Doesn't look like much fun, I have to say. Next time we move across to the safety of Bribie Bay, as the weather is predicted to be a little unfriendly towards Horseshoe Bay. We explore Cleveland and take full advantage of the facilities it offers.